Son of Omaha, we're putting stereotypes like this out of business.
The movie Monuments Men focused on the World War II platoon given the mission to save art from the Nazis. It's based on a book by Robert Edsel.
Edsel will give the keynote address at the Humanitarian Dinner for Inclusive Communities. And that's not all that's planned for the event.
Here with more on the dinner and the organization, Beth Riley and Andrew Roulard. Thanks for coming on Morning Blend this morning. Good to see you guys.
Thank you.
Good morning. For those of the people out there not familiar, explain the mission of Inclusive Communities.
Inclusive Communities is a 76-year-old social justice organization in Omaha, and our mission is to confront prejudice, bigotry, and discrimination. So we do that by working with schools, businesses, and throughout the community.
What is unique about this year's dinner?
Well, first of all, we have our speaker, Robert Edsel, which is going to be a phenomenal event. And actually, I've read the book, and if you haven't read it, it's actually quite good. So I think that's going to be make it a fun evening. And just to hear the stories and what the kids experience is really phenomenal.
Yeah, well, they turned the book into a movie, and that movie is kind of on my to-do list, one of those movies I got to see. But why did you select Robert Edsel for the keynote address?
He has a great story about how that time in history, what was happening in terms of trying to wipe out an entire civilization and their culture, and what was happening during World War II. And that's actually when our organization was founded at that same time. And what was happening in Omaha was an entire group of people were trying to eradicate Jewish people from our community, which is how our organization was actually founded around that same time, around that thing that was happening in our community.
Right.
And so we felt like it was a great tie-in and an awareness building thing about what can happen if we're not vigilant about taking care of people in our community.
And you'll also be handing out some awards at the event.
Yes. Every year we recognize outstanding volunteers in our community and humanitarians, and so we're thrilled to be honoring the Hammonds, and we're thrilled to be honoring Howard Caslow. And we're thrilled to really be honoring Marcia Brader and Kevin Custard.
This is the please don't forget somebody.
Right.
Don't forget somebody.
No, we should have brought a list in here.
That little Oscar card.
Is there one more?
Yeah, there is one more.
Okay, we'll let you think about it, because it'll come to you, I know. But how
No, and Paul and Annette Smith.
Gotcha.
So, which they are amazing people, and so they're outstanding philanthropists who are really creating change in our community.
How do you select them? How do you narrow it down? First of all, how do you narrow it down?
Right.
Then how do you select the honorees?
Actually, the honorees are chosen by past honorees. So it's people who have been honored before who come together every year, and they nominate new winners. And then they come together and then they vote. And so it's really a great way of vetting their peers and choosing the new winners.
That's really unique. And of course, you're raising money at this event. What programs will the money that you raise support?
The program is really, probably the key program is their Inclusivity program that they do for the high school students. And they do 4 Inclusivity camps each year out at Camp Carol Joy Halling out in Ashland. And that's when they bring high school students out and they kind of put them through the program and teach them all about prejudice and privilege and bigotry. And I've witnessed what they do at that camp, and it's phenomenal what these kids go through and what they end up with at the end.
Yeah, they learn a lot too. But you recently moved, I think so, right? The organization moved. Inclusive Communities went to the Community Engagement Center at UNO, I think, right?
Yeah, so the Barbara White's Community Engagement Center at UNO just opened. Our grand opening was just last week. And it's an amazing center. UNO has great, outstanding community outreach. And so we're thrilled to be there with about 14 other community organizations and a number of different UNO departments as well. And so it's just an outstanding move for us in terms of collaborating with other organizations and with different departments at UNO. And it just helps us grow our reach and our ability to serve more youth and bring our high school youth to campus and have them be exposed to higher education as well.
Well, let's talk about the details. When is it? Where is it?
May 22nd.
It's at Embassy Suites in La Vista. And there's a patron party at 5:30 where we'll get to meet the author, and then the actual event is from 6 to 9. And hopefully we'll have about 1,000 people there. That's our goal.
Well, at $175 a ticket, you're raising a lot of money. And young professionals, they can get in for $99. You want to get some of the younger members in the community involved
As well as educators and nonprofit professionals as well. So.
Yeah, awesome. Really looking forward to Robert Edsel. I mean, what a great story. that he has, and a lot of people looking forward to hearing his keynote as well.
Absolutely.
It's a great event, and hopefully there's plenty of tickets available, so hopefully people get out there. You can go to inclusive-communities.org to get tickets.
Yeah, right there at the bottom of the screen. Guys, thanks for coming on this morning.
Thank you
We
so
hope
much.
you raise a lot of money and sell all
Thank you
those
very
tickets.
much.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Well, all right, if you have to be away from your TV during the Morning Blend, never fear. We stream live at OmahaMorningBlend.com, and even if you can't watch the show live, all of our show clips are posted right there online. So check out our site for everything Morning Blend 24/7.
I've learned this hard way. Chipping and putting, important golf skills.
Yeah.
But ahead on the Morning Blend, the local golf program for kids that also focus on life skills.
But first, should you cut the cord to cable? Information about the future that could influence your decision. That's coming up on the other side of this break.